Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Rahab Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that still to this very day continue to rule very well. That's feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And Shalom to the whole elect that is also doing the same things in his work. It's giving diligence to make your calling relation sure and all faith, true sincerity. Shalom. Now, it's going to be a quick video. Just touch on a topic which hit me through the spirit, which is going to be entitled Whether They Hear or Whether They Will Forbear, in which that goes to our people, which is the nation of Israel, in which this word was meant to be published towards our people, all right, which Israel consists of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, or who they're being called today, should I say. And we prophesy, whether they hear or whether they forbear, man, because unlike these churches that are set up, we're not here to bring in a whole mass of people, and unlike these other Israelite camps, we're not here to bring in the whole nation of Israel, because we understand that the whole nation of Israel was not meant to get it. All right. Because right now, man, it's common knowledge that our Lord has made it to where 2/3, in which that's the number that's set aside, which is in the scriptures deemed as 2 parts of Israel, are not meant to receive this word. All right. Only the elect can receive this word, man, which is a part of the 1/3, which is set aside for salvation. All right. Those are the ones that will hear. All right. But the ones that will forbear, all right, are the 2/3. Okay, those are the ones that refuse to accept this word, man. I mean, even to the point where they don't even understand it, man. But the thing is that the Lord has specifically set it up that way. Why is that, man? Because he's a terrible power. All right, he's a terrible power in which he has blinded the masses of the people to where they can't see. All right, and only open the understanding to certain individuals as of the nation of Israel. All right. Because it's the Lord's decision, man. All right. So this word that we publish is exclusive. All right. It's not inclusive. Like I said before, like I mentioned before, these other churches and these other Israelite camps, it's not inclusive, man. It's exclusive. That's why Great Millstone, with the ones that come under the banner of Great Millstone, started with the apostle elders on down to the rest of the other Akim, the brothers. We hold a certain standard in this thing of ours, man, and that standard is according to the scriptures. All right, the way it's supposed to be done, because we have a certain order in the camp. All right, you can't just come in and do whatever you want to do, man. All right, when you come under the umbrella of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I'm not even going to say Great Millstone, because Great Millstone is just a name, man. All right. Because we're looking for the elect, man. We understand that the whole sect, which is the elect, is going to come out. We understand they're not going to come out of Great Millstone, man. You're going to have members of the elect come out of other Israelite camps. It's going to wake up out of the madness and come into the fold of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the thing is that the standard has to be set, all right, for an example, all right, of what to follow and what not to do. Okay, and the doctrine that is to be upheld, which is again according to the scriptures. All right, everything has to be based off the scriptures, man. All right, that's why guys they get rebuked on certain topics is because they don't read. All right, they don't read, man. They don't read the scriptures. All right, because if they did, then they wouldn't be making any foolish statements that you hear nowadays from shy Israelites, those guys in Chicago, those nut jobs in Chicago. Then you have Egghead in Detroit, the Detroit the Detroit Egghead, that guy, the good part of the Good Samaritans, guys like that, man. All right, if they read. If they just continually read, precept upon precept, then they wouldn't be making statements like that. But the Lord has taken away that spiritual discernment away from them to where they can't discern certain things, man. All right. In other words, the Lord is blinding them once again, man. He's taking away the eye salve away from them. All right, and they're being blinded, man. And the thing that they're being blinded by is their own pride. All right. So now that they don't have a way out. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the scriptures. I'm not gonna ramble on too much longer. This is the book of Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter, and the 5th verse. This is to the point. This is where the topic of the video came from. This is a quote from this precept. It says, "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear." Actually, let me start at verse 3. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day." So even to this very day, as of 2018, the nation of Israel, or should I say the majority of the nation of Israel, still is going the hell off, man. All right? They still rebel against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They still rebel against the scriptures. All right? And they rebel against the men of the Lord that our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has set up. All right? Which is really, that's high treason, man, against the king. All right? Now read on, says, "For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted." All right, "I do send thee unto them, Slakia, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power." All right, and that's exactly what we're doing. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Whether they hear or whether they forbear, man. I'm gonna read on. It's gonna explain even more. It says, "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear." And that's the thing about it, man. We don't speak with our own words, man. These words that we speak is through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. We don't speak according to our own thoughts. All right. Our lips move according to the spirit. Okay. We don't put our own input, our own thought into it, our own emotions into it, because these words that we're speaking are straight and clear and cut to the point, man. All right. If it's not backed by scripture, then it's not the truth. All right. I mean, I'm just gonna put it to you like that, man. You know, people, say that, "Oh, well, you believe in that book? You know, that book is written by man. You know, this and that." Well, the thing is that, well, if you believe that, then you're completely gone, man. You're done for. There's no point, even having any more discourse with that individual. All right, because they don't believe. All right, they don't believe because they see words that's written in black and white. They automatically discredit it. Because they say, "Oh, well, I got to hear it from the Most High Himself." Well, you are hearing it from the Most High Himself, dummy. You hear it through the men of the Lord that He set up. We're here to break it down for you. It's like serving. It's like serving a meal, right? You're serving a meal. You cooked it up all nice and good. All right, and you prepare it a certain way to where it can be presented, so that the people can eat it up, man. But Israel, being the nation that they are, and I say 2/3 of our people, they don't want to accept it. Even though it looks nice and well dressed, but they won't accept the food, man. Even though we prepared it nicely, we sliced it up, put it into a good portion size to where they're able to eat it and not choke on it. But Israel, they still choke on it, man. No matter what. And it's not us, man. We already know that. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is making them choke on this food, man. All right? And rightfully so. But it's like, yeah, I'm putting in park right now. It says, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them. All right. So they will know that a prophet had been among them, man. So when these things start to happen, when these prophecies start to pop like popcorn, when they start to see shit hit the fan and all hell break loose, and these Gurkha troops breaking into their doors, all right, and putting a 40 caliber or AK-47 or M16 a fully automatic rifle in front of their faces, then what are they going to say? All right. They're going to be thinking back on us, man. They're going to be thinking about the prophets that have been speaking about these things. And at that point, it's going to be way too late for them to make a change. All right. Why is that, man? Because they accepted their fate. All right. Anyone, and that's a dangerous game, man. You know, it can be as simple as looking at a video, you know, passing by. Some guys might dislike it, send a facetious comment, or, you know, make comments, you know, degrading us or telling us that we're out of our minds, or batting an eye. You know, you might be thinking about something in your head, you know, that you might not say outwardly. You know, you might think to yourself, you know, these guys are crazy. Guess what, man? The Lord hears that, man. Same way he did with Sarah, right? When Sarah laughed within herself, but she didn't laugh outwardly, but still the Lord heard it. All right. Now I want to go to the next precept. This is Ezekiel the 37th chapter, the 9th verse. It said, "Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord power. Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon the slain that they may live." Now, this precept that I want to bring out is because, you know, you have, you know, certain prophets out in highways and byways. You know, we prophesy unto the wind, man. Sometimes we have to prophesy unto the wind. But the thing is that the reason why it says prophesy unto the wind is because the wind is made to carry our words. All right. And the way that our words are being carried is by way of the videos that you see right now. All right. So those words are being carried out throughout the four corners of the earth. And the scriptures speak about that. All right. In the last day that this word shall be preached unto all the world. All right. Let's see if I can get that real quick. You know, it doesn't mean go in the back alley and start speaking with a garment on, man. All right. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean go out in a secluded area where nobody's at, you know, a deserted alleyway and start speaking. You know, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about teaching and posting the videos that you've done, whether it's a sit down or whether you're out in the highways and byways. Post it up, man. All right, so that those words can carry throughout the four corners of the earth, so that others that are in these other areas that are not in the area of the America, they can hear these words. All right. Matthew chapter 24 verse 14 says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." All right. So this gospel of the kingdom is being preached right now in all the world for a witness unto all nations, right? And the only way it's being done is by way of the internet, man. That's the only way. All right. And it says, "And then shall the end come." And now you're seeing the end being made manifest. All right. Now I want to grab another precept, and I'm, you know, through the Spirit, I may close it out with this last precept. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1 says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved." All right. And that's what we're doing, man. We're sitting on our watch, sitting on the tower and watching what's happening. That's why you're seeing videos concerning the mark of the beast, concerning martial law, you know, videos of that nature being posted. All right. Because we're sitting on our watch and standing upon the tower, man. And we're seeing what our Lord is going to say to us. And the way the Lord has us say these things is through the Spirit. All right. Now, verse 2, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it." Now, that's what I mentioned earlier about the food that's being prepared. You know, you make it a certain way, you dress it, you know, you cut up in portions to where people can eat it. All right. So the vision, we're writing the vision and we're making it plain upon tables, man. And those tables represent your mind. All right. So that you may run that, so that he that may run it, that readeth it. All right. And we are running, and we read it and we're running with it, man. All right. That reminds me of, you know, when you have a messenger, that messenger takes that message and they run with it, man. You know, they don't delay. You know, when you have a message, man, you don't delay with the message. You get it right out in a timely fashion. All right. And that's what you're seeing right before your very eyes. Now, at verse 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, so that vision is yet for an appointed time, man. And the reason why the people are forbearing is because the vision is not being made manifest to them. Even though it's right in front of their faces, they still won't accept it because they still think that, well, you guys been teaching this ever since in the 90s and 80s and 70s. These things haven't happened yet, man. You guys have been teaching about this for a long time and nothing happened. Well, guess what, man? It's for an appointed time. So guess what? The reason why it's for an appointed time is because the Lord wants to make sure that prophecy in the book of Proverbs, the first chapter, and the 22nd verse, if I'm not mistaken, either 22nd or 23rd verse, where it speaks about when these things happen, and and you start to call out to the Lord, even though he brought the counsel to you, right? But the counsel, they didn't hearken to the counsel. So when that time comes, they're going to have no excuse. And when they start calling out to the Lord, he's not going to hear them. All right. So it said, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So when it comes, it's not going to tarry. It's going to hit these people like a ton of bricks. All right. And it's going to be absolutely nothing that they can do. Because when these prophecies come to pass in full effect, then that's when they start to realize that we were right. But like I said before, when that happens, it's going to be too late, like the scriptures say. All right. Because everything's going to fall one after another, like a domino effect. And that's exactly how these prophecies are going to come. It's going to happen by a domino effect, because one prophecy is going to set off a sequence of events. All right. And which is going to lead to another prophecy, and then leads to another sequence of events. And it's going to happen in a continuous fashion. All right. But with that pretty much wraps up the lesson in this video. And Lord's will, you members of the Hope Elect, were edified by this video. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Raha, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and others of great millstone that still to this very day continue to rule very well. Shalom and peace and safety to the Hope Elect.